Hello and welcome back to Eureka seveN, the new wave. I am Michael, and no one's with me today. Callie and I have been having trouble finding a good time to record with her work schedule, so for this episode, and at the very least not this full episode, but this video, and at the very least the next video, I will be by myself. But we have Teddy, so let's start.
It's been a few weeks since Bester.
The time jumping in this game is really crazy, and apparently this is like the only lift spot, because I'm pretty sure this is still the lift spot we had when we were training. But you know, whatever. It's a video game, they can only really model so many places.
Or even overly simplistic. But I didn't know then just how important it was.
And of course it's about to jump into the opening again. I'm thinking for the next game I might do something different for those, because it happens every time.
In any case, for now I have to do my duty as a member of Sawyer Team. And I believe with all my heart that someday I'll find the path that will lead me to the next stage of my life.
Well, probably not, since in the anime all you do is show up and stand there for a minute. But anyway, for the game. So the first episode was very clearly tutorial. The second episode was starting to get you used to the LFO fights. The third episode was actually more of what the game is like. This one is getting into plot. We're finally getting into like the plot, and I'm pretty sure we're over halfway through the game. I still haven't finished recording everything, but I'm pretty sure we're just about finished.
Sorry, this is so subtle, but you're going back to New Wave for retraining.
Sir, did you just say retraining?
Yes. At least you will appear to be going back.
That is the worst way to do undercover. He graduated top of his class.
We're sending you to investigate this matter on your own.
It's just, I don't understand it. I don't, like, there's no point in sending him back under quote-unquote retraining. Even if we're looking for, like, the leader of the Gears gang, that doesn't make sense. He's not going to be at New Wave. And spoiler alert, we're not even really going to be anywhere near New Wave. At all. I don't believe. It's been... I recorded this back in October, and yeah, no, we're not going to really be anywhere near New Wave. There's a couple parts of this game that kind of fall short, and I brought it up in the thread a little bit. But Sumner being the only reliable person when he's like the bland protagonist is not a good thing. That's a lot of money.
The operation begins at 0700 hours tomorrow. That is all.
I understand, sir. Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know. The last episode was really good. This one's it's got its flaws, and I'll get into its flaws later.
Hey, Sumner. What they want with you?
The captain will explain everything later. You seem sort of down, Sumner. You okay?
No, it's cool. Just let me pull this out for a little exposition.
Whoa. What's this?
Hey!
Wow, serious what?
Oh, jeez. Spank me in the ass with
Oh
that
my
one,
god.
please.
I'm glad Callie wasn't here for that line.
I have to be careful with that dough. Give it back! Sumner. We haven't known you long, but...
It's been like a
I'll
year.
miss you if you suddenly went away.
The guy who's become our friend is gonna just...
I don't understand. Like, why did you...
I don't know where you're going. I know you'll do great.
What?
This is so weird. Even I'm confused.
I think we should all pitch in for it.
Huh?
I don't know why there's a loading screen here either. Oh my god, this game. Oh, that's why. Okay, so they all think he's quitting and we're gonna just suddenly give him money. Why they think he's quitting? I don't know. Like, there's nothing really to assume. Like, unless they think, man, that last mission was pretty intense. I mean, we did nothing. Sumner did everything. He's probably gonna quit. That's the only thing I can think of. And apparently Jillian's the only one who actually thought we weren't going to quit. Though why would they even have that discussion being like, oh, Sumner is going to the oh god, I can't, the captain. He's going to go speak to the captain. Is he gonna quit? Is he not gonna quit? Let's take a vote. Like, that doesn't make... Okay, so the overall plot of this game I like. When we get down to the individual sections, it's kind of ridiculous, though it's fun to play, and when you are playing, you get lost in it. You kind of just sit back and enjoy it, and then you kind of lose yourself in the gameplay as well. But otherwise, these little sections are kind of... It's trying too hard to be quirky in the same way that Eureka 7 was trying to be quirky. And I don't know how they could have failed to emulate that. Like, I feel like this discussion... Well, not this discussion, since we're now talking about the mission and how they're going to be disguising his unit so it doesn't stand out. Which, spoiler alert, it's hard to actually tell what's happened to it. But anyway... It feels like something that would be in Eureka 7 is taking a bet over whether or not someone is going to quit. But it came about in such a way that doesn't make sense. There was nothing preempting that. There was no lines or discussion on Sumner even maybe quitting. Most of the exposition has just been him questioning like what's going on around him. And that's not even in the big section yet. But I digress. We've, I guess, run out of people that could be generally the person to end this shop section, so we got our captain. What did I buy? Like I said, I recorded this a long time ago. Probably going to want that long-range laser gun just to show it off. Don't really need the loader or power boost. The power cylinder might be nice. Just to upgrade our shot a bit. Or not the power cylinder, the FCS. Yeah, there we go. Get our shooting up. And I'm going to regret not getting that power glove. I'm going to regret it so hard. Impact machine gun will be a lot better though, because like I said before, the shotgun was not good. So having something a little more wide range is definitely a lot better. Thank you, I know we can equip it. I would say between the guns though, the electro gun is probably still a bit better since it does... Equip that, yes, okay. Since it does stun them a lot better. The other one would do... The impact machine gun does more damage, but the electro gun does stun them a lot better, and I'd probably want that more. Though there's not a whole lot of sections in here where you do get to shoot, so it's not going to matter too much. The game in general, there's not a lot of sections where you can shoot. So, I mean, that's just that. Eureka 7 itself didn't have too many times when we got military on the ground. It's mostly just LFOs and KLFs. So here's our camouflaged I can't speak. Here's our camouflaged 505. I'm not going to point out what's different. Y'all can figure that out. Because honestly, it's there is changes. There's 100% changes. I've been playing this game, and I didn't even really notice them until I got a better look. But I'll let that be up for you guys. I do like though that after all the fighting we saw last time, we do see Sean and Huki working together. I guess they kind of were able to put their differences aside after all that and kind of work a bit together. I wouldn't say they're friends, but they are better teammates than they were before. And thus, after that whole fight, when Wes and Sumner interrupted, we don't really see them getting into a big brawl like that again. And I think that's good character development. It shows that they've grown. And we don't get a lot of that in the side characters. And in fact, Sumner doesn't even really grow at all. Thus far. He's just kind of gone with things. Also, we're just out in the wasteland. We're just getting to the place and we're getting into a fight. They're just random thieves. So here's a better look at it. If you can tell me what looks different, go for it.
Engaging.
So even though we, no, we didn't buy that gun yet. Sorry. The area around here is a bit more different than the other wastelands. Before we had mostly grass and a couple ramping points. Now we have these, I would say, holes in the ground, which we kind of fought Wes and Raoul in the last episode, but this one's a little more prominent as it's not as flattened. It's much more deep and concave. Again, keeping the same strategy, get rid of the quick things. And I'm trying to whittle down the other LFOs while I get to the tanks, just because hitting them with the long range shots will stun them enough for me to really focus on the actual tanks. And I thought that one was dead. That was weird that it just didn't do anything for a while there. So because we are going undercover, and here I am checking things out. No, we don't have anything. You didn't buy anything. Stop. You bought stuff for Sumner. I keep doing that. Because we're undercover, we're not really going to have a lot of teammate support. It's going to mostly be us. And that's a good and a bad thing. To start off, as you can see, I'm still strong enough and the enemies are still weak enough that it's pretty simple just to hang back, shoot at them until they're stunned, and then run up and hit them like that. That said, they do more damage now. I'm probably going to want to try and get some upgrades for the 505 just so it doesn't take as much damage. But as it stands, these fights aren't going to be hard. The only hard ones are probably going to be the bosses from this point on. Just because the enemies don't really scale in difficulty, they just kind of throw more at you, and while the AI does get a bit better, you're getting better with it, so it kind of becomes a moot point. Overall, some of the fights just seem dragged out because it's not like they're difficult, they just take a long time. Yeah, I just announced that to them. You're going undercover, just announce that you're part of the military. Good job, Sumner. A for effort. Oh boy. But remember how we were going back to school undercover? That hasn't happened. That hasn't happened yet. We haven't gone back to New Wave for retraining, quote unquote retraining. So now we're just holding up our LFO. We disguised it, but we're also hiding it. I don't know what the point of that is. I'm pretty sure no one else is hiding their LFOs. Those are some rusty parts. Holy cow. Okay. So last time I said I completely forgot about the third episode. I actually thought that the fourth episode was the third episode. I thought we skipped, or I just forgot about Bester entirely and thought we went to here because of a very important reason. Actually, there's a couple important reasons. One, I got lost in this market, this main street, and I'll explain why later. But this kind of feels more like Eureka 7. I kind of feel like these rundown areas like this kind of scream more of what we saw in the anime. We didn't really see a whole lot of cities. We saw Bell Forest. I also should stop talking to everyone, though. It's a little nice dialogue and world building, but in this area there's not a lot to say. But I feel like a lot of the areas we saw in the anime were a lot more rundown. We didn't really see a big, vast amount of people, aside from when Renton left the Gecko State and was about to find Charles and Ray. Then we kind of saw a city with a little more life to it, but that was more like just a dance party, and this is just a doorway to nothing. The game does a good job making it feel like you're in a big city, but it kind of falls short in the fact that it does also feel very claustrophobic. So what this is we're in the black market, and we're obviously doing our investigation to find the gears and kind of bring some proof of the illegal activities and selling of military grade weaponry and everything. but each one of these places is a shop, and they kind of sell a couple things. The part of it that isn't really apparent until you get through all of them is that it's all just the same stuff that you can buy in between sections when it offers you the shop. So it just feels like a waste of time when you're going around to these. These shops will be more readily available than what it gives us, but it's still not really necessary. Though I guess you're going to a black market, so you think, okay, we're going to have a bunch of shops, because that just makes sense. But that's kind of all this episode has to offer. So that's a clue. Over those containers. So, when I played this before, I forgot we could climb things. And that's going to become a big deal pretty quick. I'm just showing this off. We actually, this is back to the main street. So we aren't actually trapped, though it kind of feels like we were for a second. You have to remember you can climb stuff, which is kind of hard when it doesn't happen too often. And here's a guy again. So across the street from the hotel near the shop. This is where I got lost. In my initial playthrough years and years ago. Just trying to figure out where the hotel is. Okay, bye boy. He's just hiding, I guess. I thought maybe I could climb on that and go over there, but nope. Going back this way just in case I missed something. And wow. I forgot how bad controlling Sumner is. I don't understand how they made the ref board controls so good and the LFO feels so nice, and then just Sumner feel like he's walking through molasses, especially when he's falling down like that. Just nothing. She's also hiding. There's also a wanted poster on there. I should have taken a better look at that. Okay, so now we gotta find the hotel. Across from the hotel. No, we can't go that way, Sumner. I already talked to you. Is this it? Is this the containers? No. No, not those ones. How about this one? No, you can't go up on those steel drums. So obviously it's gotta be this. New character. Thank you for that. Not really. They have everything everyone else has. Though I definitely want an anti-LFO rocket launcher. That's even... I'm pretty sure that he had it lower earlier, but good job, Sumner. Okay, so we spent $500,000. We got a rocket launcher. Or 500,000 units of money. I don't know what they use here. Whoops.
Hey, hello there.
Okay, time to be a new character.
It looks like you're on a spending spree.
I've sort of got a job to do here.
I guess you're not from around here, are you?
No, no we're not. So this is Lila. So Lila's design and attitude reminds me a lot of Talho. Or Talho, however you pronounce it. And I feel like that's another missed opportunity for how this could have been a game about Holland. Like, we could have had the fateful meeting between Talho and Holland, especially since the last we really got of his backstory was in the military and with Diana, or no, Renton's sister. I'm suddenly blanking on her name. I think that was it, but if not, I'm going to look really stupid, and I'm fine with that. But this could have been Holland coming here for a mission and running into Talho, and that would have been really cool. You know, get a little backstory on that, how they met, the starting of their relationship. But no, I guess generic OC, meaning generic, well, not generic, Talho OC is okay enough. Seriously, like, some of the NPCs have more design than Sumner, and that's kind of a bad thing. Not that we have to do the whole, like, protagonist looks vastly different from everyone else, but at least give him something. Like, he's so bland. He is so bland. Big Natabachi and little Natabachi. Kids, just kids, you know, punks, whatever. They're gonna help us out. The little one has love written on his jacket, and I didn't see what the big one does. I'm kind of curious now. Also, I'm glad they were able to find clothes that are the exact same but different colors so they can really, really sell us on the twin thing. Is that just SUV? I think it's just SUV. Or is that a K? Alright, they're going to take us to a shop. We're back over here. Remember, there's a... Oh, no, wait, this is different. That hiding spot's gone. That's weird.
First thing you gotta do is jump.
Huh?
Just try to jump in the air. Whoa! Quite a bit of coin you got jingling there.
What's on your shirt? Is that SV? No, SKV? I think that's an SKV.
That's right. It makes a great symphony for us, don't it?
What are you talking about?
Listen, outsider. This is our backyard, and we don't want anyone else messing around.
Messing around. We're buying things.
Otherwise, we'll be forced to let fly with our special brand of nasty on your ass.
Hey, wait, hold on a minute.
Good job, Sumner. You got swindled by a couple of kids. So we're gonna fight them. I'm not gonna really comment over this because I don't want to talk about beating up on children.
Hey, you got some good stuff there, you know? Yeah. This pimple-faced dandy is strong. Bro, I can only get my output up to 87%. How about why you don't think I won't uncork my super move? You take
So yeah, you will notice I tried to shoot them and that's not good, but that's all for now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.